Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So this is Surah by Surah, part 29. Surah Al Ankabut, the spider. Alhamdulillah, we have now reached the Surah Al Ankabut, the 29th Surah of the Quran. This Surah was revealed in Mecca and it carries 69 ayats, 69 verses, full of deep lessons about faith, trials, and the fragility of false beliefs. So let me begin with a little thought. You know how sometimes we think we're secure when we rely on weak things, like when you put your trust in a flimsy chair and then it collapses under you. Well, Allah gives us the ultimate example of this in Surah Al Ankabut, the spider's web. From the outside, it looks intricate and strong, but in reality, it is one of the weakest structures. That's how false beliefs are. Beautiful and shiny on the outside, but empty and fragile on the inside. So the main things of the surah is faith and trials go hand in hand. The surah opens with a powerful declaration. Do people think they will be left alone because they say we believe and that they will not be tested? This is in verse number 2. So this tells us something crucial. Faith is not just a claim. It will be tested. Just as gold is purified through fire, a believer's faith is purified through challenges. So the examples of this are previous prophets. Allah reminds us of the stories of Noah, which is Noah, Abraham, which is Abraham, Lut, which is Lot, Shuaib, and Musa, which is Moses. All these prophets and their people faced trials. Those who stood firm were rewarded. Those who rejected the truth faced destruction. This is both a warning and a comfort. Our struggles are not new, and the patience leads to victory. The fragility of false beliefs, the famous analogy of the spider's web, which is verse number 41, is the heart of the surah. The example of those who take protectors other than Allah is like a spider who takes a house. But indeed, the weakest of houses is the house of the spider, if they only knew. This verse tells us that no matter how strong idols, wealth, or false ideologies seem, they will collapse in the face of the truth. So only Allah is the ultimate protector. Striving in the path of Allah, the surah ends with encouragement for the believers, and I quote, "As for those who strive for us, we will surely guide them to our paths. And indeed, Allah is with the doers of good." It's in verse number 69. So this is one of the most motivational verses for anyone walking the path of Islam. Effort is never wasted. Every tear, every prayer, every struggle for Allah is noted and rewarded. So the lessons for us for this surah is trials are not a sign of Allah's displeasure. They are a mark of sincerity. False systems, whether political, ideological, or even personal attachments, are as fragile as a spider's web. So don't get caught in them. Our duty is to strive. Even if we feel small in this world, our effort is Allah's cause, guarantees His guidance. And for my non-Muslims, to my non-Muslim friends listening, Surah Al Ankabut speaks to the human heart. It tells us that life is more than comfort. It's about purpose. Every soul will face struggles, but those who put their trust in the worldly systems like money, fame, power, will eventually see them collapse like a spider's web. Islam offers something solid, faith in the one Creator who never abandons those who seek Him. And in my closing, Surah Al Ankabut reminds us that the web of the dunya is fragile, but the rope of Allah is unbreakable. Hold on to it, and you'll never fall.